time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. But the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Pay attention, I'm on a mission. Man with a vision. Got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now. Hey! Here we go! We coming ready or not, you better steady yourself, because we're raising some hell. There's nothing keeping this roof from blowing off. We're taking over the town, hit the switch and shut it down. Like Indian, we're electric, never stop. We coming ready or not, we coming ready or not. We giving all that we got, we giving all that we got. We coming ready or not. We're throwing gas on the fire, the
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and fishing trips and sporting events, these are memories that are going to last a lifetime. I want to help others do the same thing. Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at the all-new Click It RV in Milton Freewater. People in this community are very familiar with this location and the great service they've always received. So the biggest question we get is, where is Keith? The great news is, Keith is still here.
I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Through all the changes that we have seen, one thing that has not changed for us is the quality of our service.
Buying an RV is a big purchase, but it should be a fun and happy experience. So whether it be in sales or service or parts, our mission is simple: be the best. From our team here at Click It RV in Milton Freewater, we invite you to come down and experience the difference.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to iRacing on LSRTV. Good Sunday night. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. And welcome to the next round of the World of Thunder eSports League Pavement Truck Series on the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're ready to go. Hope you are as well. I'm Wesley Outland, fresh in from the NASCAR Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway. Of course, won by William Byron. The 100th win for Car 24 for Hendrick Motorsports, and joined alongside is a guy that's literally parked right beside me in the Buc-ee's parking lot, and one of the guys you hear on the eNASCAR Road to Pro qualifying series, Terry Radford, and we got to mingle and catch up after the Darlington race. And Terry, you're going to join us now for Vegas, man. What's up?
Yeah, we're gonna see how this car Wi-Fi goes, where you're literally parked in your Ford and I'm parked in my Chevy. Obviously, one of us has the superior brand because it won at Darlington today. So, win on Sunday, buy on Monday still falls into a line here, as Chevys have managed to dominate like they're going to dominate here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, you're very funny. I'm in a Ford. He's in a Chevrolet. We'll be joined by Justin Prince also momentarily. And we welcome you to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we get you set for, again, the World of Thunder eSports League. Getting ready now for qualifying in just a few moments. Terry, I bring you to the fold here. 1.5 mile track. It's a very unique speedway. We can see the long green flag runs, and then you can see a plethora of caution flags. You really never know what you're going to expect at Las Vegas.
Well, you think about turn one, you get down in there, you're carrying so much speed here in these machines, and then when you come off the exit of two, the car really wants to unsettle themselves, and you see the truck right here. That's Brandon McNeil in the 38, having a good start to his lap, got off of turn four, fantastic. Good throwback indeed to Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2016 rides, where he had the Exalta colors there. So everybody wanting to blow it back this weekend. But that turn one looks great. He's all the way painted on that bottom.
Yeah, we'll see what Brandon McNeil does. He's on the Nellis straightaway down the backstretch right now. Is beautiful number 38 machine, Exalted colors. Ironically, Terry, same car that William Byron won in the throwback race at Darlington today, except it's not the 24, it's a 38.
Yeah, the Raptor colors wrapped around that 24 next-gen Chevy, and you got a little bit of a different paint, but currently sitting P2 here on the board, about 4/100ths off of the pole. We'll see what Larry Eddy can do in the 4 machine as he's starting his lap here. He's currently setting P1, so let's see if he improves on lap 2. That 4 was very quick to jump to the top, and the Ford car finished second today, so maybe we can go one more higher for Larry Eddy.
Yeah, Larry Eddy and his full throttle Toyota now making his way around the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway for qualifying right now. First, now qualifying second, correction for Larry Eddy as he comes storming down below the apron to the start-finish line. And Larry Eddy will now end up for third in qualifying for the driver of the number 4. And that will be his qualifying lap. Here comes now the Jack Daniels number 2 machine on course. Of course, this is going to be James Godek in the number 2 machine. I'm digging that wrap job on that truck there, Terry.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jack Daniels from Lynchburg, Tennessee, but the 2 of James Godek, he'll come to the line to put down his first attempt at a time. We'll see if he can lay out all portions of this racetrack. Can you get the entry to 1? So far, so good. He's a little higher than what we've seen the rest of the field do, and he's above that first seam. Can he keep the speed down the back straightaway, the Nellis straightaway they call it, into turns 3 and 4? Once again, trying a different approach, going to the middle line here, trying to maintain as much speed as possible. It'll be interesting to see what James Godek puts on the board. He's not going below the apron either, but he comes across the start-finish line. That's going to put him 18th, and that was not a good lap.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick it up, no doubt about it. Now here comes the driver out of Minnesota. This is the driver of the 00, Jared Mogard. He's won a good amount of races in the me entry, and we'll see what he can do here tonight at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway as he is on his dead lap, getting ready to go on the clock as he comes by the start-finish line. And the 00 now ready to send it off into turn number 1. The me entry, Terry. I love that sponsor, if you will, kind of like from the movie Talladega Nights, without the cougar.
Yeah, he's running a 10th off the pole. He's currently sitting in the 10th place position. He tried the unauthentic approach when he went into the first lap. And now the second lap, he's going to use more of a traditional approach, cutting below the apron. He'll go down to the start-finish line. Currently going to slot in P5th, so about a half a second pickup there for Jared Mogard, the 00. But yeah, big fan of that there. As you see Bob Potts in the 24 DuPont Chevrolet, going to go put down his first lap.
Yeah, Bob Potts now in truck number 24. Bright red machine, if you will, making his way down to the start-finish line of that virtual Chevrolet, coming across the start-finish line. He'll now go on the clock with just about 5 minutes remaining in qualifying here at Las Vegas. Right now, he is 21st. I'm digging that bright red DuPont colors. That's a unique color for Bob Potts in the 24 there, Terry, on the backstretch.
Yeah, but what a weird line he's running. Very shallow entry to the corner. Stayed low on the back straightaway. Did not put any arc whatsoever into that machine. I don't see this picking up. I see it slowing down. He comes across the start-finish line, and, well, he did just that. He picked up, but he didn't pick up a lot. He stayed right consistently in 21st.
Yeah, come now, Randy Perdue, truck number 25. We'll see what his machine will do here in qualifying, coming up on just about under 5 minutes remaining here, 4.5 seconds to be exact, as that Chevrolet comes storming off the bank and out of turn number 3 and 4, back to the tri-oval here to the start-finish line, and we'll see what kind of lap he puts down in truck number 25 on the dead lap. First lap now on the clock. Definitely got to pick it up here. We'll see what the 25 will do here as we're closing in on the final remaining trucks for qualifying, Terry.
Actually had a really good line coming through 3 and 4 to complete the dead lap to put time on the board. I just was able to carry a ton of speed, unlike the 24 truck. He actually parked it into the corner, got it down to the white line. He's going to try to scrape as much speed as possible underneath of the apron. He's going to slot in provisionally at the moment 24. He has to pick up here, but if you don't find speed on that first lap, you're not going to pick up 2/10 on the second.
Well, we're still going to keep an eye on Randy Perdue down the Nellis straightaway as they work his way to the back stretch into that third turn now, closing in on 3.5 minutes in qualifying for the World of Thunder eSports League. Terry Radford, I'm Wesley Outland, fresh in from the Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway. Calling the action inside the Buc-ee's parking lot. In our car, in his car, in my car. We'll be joined by our friend of the North from Canada, Justin Prince, momentarily, as now Branson McCannon getting ready to come on track now. We'll see what McCannon can do. Truck number 11, the Fire Machine. Love that truck right there.
We got the Natty Ice on the side, and I saw a lot of people drinking Natty Ice today at the Darlington Speedway, and we'll see if maybe he can have a little bit of fire behind him in this truck number 11. He'll come through 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1, get it all the way down there underneath near the grass. He's going to slot here for Branson McMahon. 29, not a whole lot of speed. He is 0.4 of a second off of it. If he wants to pick up here, he's definitely going to need a heart like a truck.
Yeah, looks like the truck count is definitely picked up now, close to 30 entries, if you will, as the Natural Light Fire Chevrolet works his way into the bank into the 3 and 4, storms off of that fourth turn, back down to the straightaway here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway, drops below the apron, below the white line, which, by the way, Terry, we got to let everybody know that's fair. You can do that here with now 2 minutes left to go and qualifying on the clock.
Yeah, you can go anywhere you want here at Las Vegas, but it's not too smart to do it in the race side because you're not going to be able to get back up in front of traffic. They're not going to let you. But the 1, 2, 3 of John Gallagher, he's 33rd, and he's a full second off the pace. I'm very curious here because I've watched 2 drivers so far come up and pick up a good bit. I watched Branson. He went from 29th all the way up to inside the top 10. Can John do the same thing in the 1, 2, 3 Kingsford Chevy? Let's see here. He picks up a ton, but not a lot. It's 1/10 of a second all the way back to 25th for the pole.
Yeah, time running out here for these drivers that are going to try to put down a lap. Round 7, of course, of the World of Thunder eSports League at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Here comes now Michael Eden. And we'll see what he can do here on track. Michael Eden and the number 18. Boy, that's a bright-looking race truck right there for that Chevrolet. Coming to the line, under a minute to go here in qualifying at Vegas.
And if you're going to get a time in, you got to get a time in now. You have to hit the racetrack instantly. We'll see what Eden can put down 34th, a full second off. We've seen a pickup of almost 9/10 of a second. So far here of what these guys can do. Maybe they're just burping it, trying to warm the tires up. With Mike leading that number 18 Amability machine can tuck it down to the bottom line. That Chevy looks awful fast, but can he make it seem fast on the stopwatch as well as he comes to the line? Underneath on the apron he goes. Where's he going to slot in this time? We're putting 33rd. He picked up 0.4 of a second, but that is not a good lap at all.
So Michael Eden will end up being in the top 30 of over 30 some odd trucks that are here ready to go. By the way, we welcome you to coverage for the Mission 22 World of Thunder eSports League Truck Series on pavement for the long time, prominently known for their success on dirt. Terry Radford, I'm Wesley Outland, ready to bring you the starting lineup for the Las Vegas Round 7 here tonight. Let's give you the lineup on the front row. Jordan Haynes in the number 1 to the outside. Ray Zerkut in the 14. Row 2, here at Vegas, we'll find Tony Dragon in the number 13 and Tim Kashiba in the 20. Row 3, Mason Kane in the 39 and DJ Thomas in the 31. Row 4, Randy Bledsoe in the 81. Jared Mogard, the Minnesota driver, the 00. And to round out the top 10, Terry, it's Garrett Potts in the 374. Logan Frazier, the 3, starts 10th.
You got Larry Eddy back there in 11th with Reed Sanders to his outside. Row 7 is where you're going to find Adam Robertson and John Scoville. Row 8, you find Grayson McMahon and Jeff Andrews. Row 9 consists of Jason Haney and Robert Mineco. And rounding out top 20 speed here is Randy Perdue and Mark Morissette.
Starting 21st, John Lord in the 61. Kim Krause in the 99. Row 12. Here's in the 21 and Wade Palmer the 4th, the 6. Row 13, Bill English in the 26 and John Gallagher the 123. Row 14, Johnny Petrozelli in the number 58, followed by Ty Dahlman. And the top 30, Brandon McNeil the 38, Taylor Potts the 308. Rest of the lineup includes Bob Potts of the 24, Zach Phillips Sr. the 35 in the final row, James Godek, as well as Michael Eden in the 18. Row 18, Joseph Arambola, followed by Aaron Smith in the 70. 36 drivers on to the next row, Thurman Shinholster as well as Blake Mosley in the 23. And the 39 starter will be Eli Raposa in the 46. So there's the starting lineup. 39 trucks, Terry. If you want to hang with me, you're more than welcome to. And Justin Prince joins us now for the coverage on the pace lap. Justin, how you doing, my friend? Terry and I are in from Darlington. What a NASCAR Goodyear 400 for the Cup Series today.
Yes, a very exciting race. Expecting a very exciting race here tonight when it comes to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A racetrack that can bring some challenges. A racetrack where it's important to maintain the draft and a clean race car, while also being able to maintain the tires. That's the tough balance here. This is going to be a test to see which drivers have the best long-run pace here tonight. If you do not have the pace, you likely drop back.
Well, we'll find all this out as the field will get ready to make their way to the starter box. We await the green flag. Round 7 about to get underway here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway as the field gets ready to come to speed here. And we're underway. You have a race. Terry, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you have a good one. Safe travels heading back to Georgia. And we are underway here at Las Vegas. The leaders are on the back straightaway on the opening lap there. Justin.
Lane start, Haynes trying to pull off and away as it's double wide behind. Important to get to the bottom in the early stages is the big question mark. It's the matter of trying to maintain pace. One into the wall, it's the 20 truck.
Problem on the number 20 machine. Somehow they'll save it going off into the corner. The opening lap. There you see Jared Mogard battling that 20 that was just mentioned with a little slip there for a moment. 13 now into the mix. That's the battle for third and fourth going into turn 3. What a battle here in the opening going. They're going at it, Justin, like it's the last lap of the race here at Vegas.
Trouble. Out of turn
trouble.
4, it's the 11 truck. McCannon spun around off of contact. McCannon sliding to the grass. One more gets torn as the 4 machine is Sanders. We stay green for now as they reckon in turn 1.
Wrecking in turn 1 and 2. We still stay under the green flag, and they are 3 wide. Now the caution lights are illuminated. Caution out with Haynes now the leader. And the big accident there on turn number 1. It started off turn 4. 2 wrecks. Take your pick of what happened, Justin. We're under yellow flag in this 30 on lap 3 of 70.
Well, I think the major trigger might have been that run coming off the into the turn 4. That was the first spark. But then you have the major spark being turn 1's incident. Here's the major spark. Happens up the road. Sanders in the Detroit Red Wings truck. 3 crashes that crash there. Then you have the massive stack up. Sanders coming down the track. Nowhere to go for the 96 purple and green truck on the paint scheme. And what can you say? It's not the best of spots when you have that happen on the corner entry. When you're not expecting a stack up there.
Yeah, that's a tough break for those drivers again involved in that accident. As right now, Haynes, the man that leads the way, Kane in second, Zerkut third, Mogard, and the driver, of course, of Treon in the top five. A racetrack, if you will, that me and Terry mentioned before you came on board, Justin, that you can literally see a plethora of caution flags, or you can see that green flag run. Oh, and by the way, you're only 70 laps in this race. You've got to get to the front. You got to stay in the front in a hurry.
You have to stay up towards the front, but also remember when it comes to the fuel regulations here, normally it's a one-stop race for 70 laps. That's about the same distance as C Open for reference. However, when it comes to this, you're expecting at least 2 stops plus because of that fuel burn differential right now. The tough part is you have to be able to pick that right strategy, because if you lose touch with the main grouping of the draft, it can be a couple tenths of a second difference, even if you have a pretty decent truck. I've seen that happen so many times in official action where you end up losing touch of that group and you end up having to burn up your equipment just to get back to the pack.
Yeah, under caution here in the opening lap. Hey, by the way, real quickly, we're already underway, 4 laps into this race, working lap 5. Let's take a look at the Kaufman Creative weather conditions leading up to this race today. 89 degrees, the ambient sim temperature here today for race night. 13 degree mile per hour wind speed, and the track temp at triple digits at 106 and more. Actually, that just went up to 108 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, and Justin, that's going to be the mixture of clouds and sun and clouds and sun, and that can really wreak havoc on the handling and the setup for these trucks. And by the way, we're already under caution 1, 2 laps under caution of the 4 laps completed. Now lap number 5 in this, of course, Virginia 811 caution summary.
It depends more so if it comes full cloud coverage. That's where the track temperature usually drops a few degrees, then you have it go up a little bit, then it drops down a few more degrees significantly, etc. So it's just adjusting as the track adjusts into itself in those temperatures as this night progresses.
Well, the field has the lights off on the safety car. We'll get ready for the first restart of the evening here. Lap number 5 completed, working lap 6. The field will come back to the Geico restart zone as the drivers are going to get 2 by 2 down the Ellis straightaway. And we await the green flag here as we get ready for a restart.
Very curious on how that 31 truck plays out on the outside line with how things have played out in the early stages of this race. We've seen the inside line be prevalent short run. However, expect that groove to move up to the middle for 1 and 2 as the run progresses. Bottom preferred in 3 and 4. Flag is out, back underway just like that. Jordan Haynes pulling off and away. Ray Zerkut looking to hold on to second. That outside line, Mason King does not get going, Wesley.
Yeah, we'll watch them work their way off the back straightaway. Haynes again with a great restart, about 2 truck lengths back on Zerkut. Mogard now to the inside. He'll go below the white line. He goes now 2 by 2 for 3rd through 5th, and they work off the 3.
Up through 4, Mogart wraps the bottom in the mini truck, looking to zip by. Damage on that side of the Razor cartridge machine, trying to hold on to 3rd, get shuffled back. Now here comes Randy Bledsoe, looking inside, and one of the Beef Jerky Unlimited trucks making it offset 3 wide.
So it's Haynes and Mogard. He's the leader right now. Zerkut right now up on the outside lane, single file. Behind them, Bledsoe, Kane, Thomas, door to door. That's the top 7 as they work off turn 4 to close in on lap 10.
Everybody wants to get around Zerkut. Mason Kane looking 3 wide outside, can't find the run. Here comes DJ Thomas now inside of the 31 as a result. Zerkut way up the track. Haynes flocks down to the bottom side. Mogard now up to the lead with the zip by.
Down the back straightaway right now, everybody continuing to hold their line. It's going to be Mogard now to power to the top spot. He'll clear by Haynes in 3. Bledsoe, Zerka, Thomas, all these drivers now continue to battle for that position as they work off of turn 4, storming through the tri-oval. 2 and 3 wide racing, and they're getting a little antsy and sideways going to 1.
Up the track, Zerkat shuffling out with the preferred groove, forced him back out of the gas. The side drop from Mason Kane, first on the outside groove. Haynes trying to keep up with Mogard. Bledsoe trying to pull back. Haynes bobbles his way for the block into 3 and 4. Already Zerkat losing tons of ground now that he's out of that preferred line.
Mogard, the leader right now in lap number 10, this time by Haynes, Kane, Bledsoe, Thomas. Look at that big gaggle of traffic, slicing and dicing. Somebody trying to move to the front, but they're waiting patiently. We're 10 in and 60 to go. They're off 2.
Oh, and a slip and slide for second. Kane able to zip by to the outside. Haynes nearly shutting the door. Thomas tries the bottom and now to the middle of the seam. Tries to push Kane. Kane in the middle racing truck has the run, looking for second, just about has it at least position-wise at the stripe.
Thought about May going for some more spots, possibly. Mogard still holding on to that top spot behind them, though. 2, 3 wide. Do-si-do off of 2, down the Nellis straightaway. It's Mogard leading on the outside lane behind them. A flurry of activity as they go to 3.
DJ Thomas amongst those progressing very quickly since that restart, already on 4 spots, starting off in the 6th position in this race. Zipping on by the 1, Haynes shuffled out. Haynes dropping out as a result of 4th. Zerkat, despite the damage, maintaining speed in 5th.
Somehow saving all that momentum. It's going to be on board now with Haynes. Now you're on board with the rear deck lid of the Razor Cut entry. Behind them is Bledsoe, Robertson, and Drayon. A big battle. Some smoke in the back. They clear up as they go into turn number 3.
Look to be around 14th on back, indeed staying clean for now. Side by side, Zerkat looking along to the inside. Bledsoe trying the outside. Adam Robertson amongst those trying to use the apron, trying to build a bit of momentum. Down to turn 1 and 2. A slide. Haynes is massively loose as he bottoms out through 1 and 2.
Yeah, another big slide there, and he could have lost that truck coming around down the back straightaway. 1 down below the bottom of the apron. Everyone else scoots up to the top of the safer barrier. The leader is Kane, Mogard, Thomas, Haynes, Bledsoe, top 5 as they storm off 4.
Kane just scraped the race law in through turn 4, though, after taking the lead. Still okay for now. Still side by side is on for 7th on back. Bledsoe lifts. Gives the spot up inside Robertson. Now alongside is Garrett Potts. Potts trying to keep it underneath. Run back outside for the Chevy.
Kane, the leader. Mogard now falls back to the clutches of that pack with Thomas now to the outside. Driver left is Zerkat. Haynes, the pole truck now in that battle. All of this going on as they work off turn 4.
Haynes does not look too happy in terms of the handling of the truck. Still alongside Zerkat, looking for 4th. Runs it up along the bump. Zerkat using the ramp up the banking, trying to get the run. Holds on to the spot. Bit of a bobble down for Zerkat as he tries to avoid the outside wall. Now the long run tires starting to come into play a bit. They pass the slow truck. Roger Mears slow on the apron. And crash from 28th, we stay green.
It's Kane still the leader right now. That truck, number 39. Thomas, the 31 in second. Mogard, the 00. And now you've got some more exciting racing going on in the middle of the top 10 as they sell it off into turn 2.
Still side by side amongst those. Tony Drayon amongst those moving forward with Bledsoe. Same can be said of the battle between DJ Thomas and Jared Mogard for 2nd, because they are side by side through 3 and 4 as well. Multiple drivers trying to use the very top of the wall, others prefer in the middle, clearing them by in the battle, keeping an eye on with Bledsoe, as they crash on with a front stretch.
Yeah, we got trouble. Got some trucks spun down into the drivable grass. We'll see if it will trigger a caution flag. Right now, no yellow flag. Trucks damaged on the bottom of the apron. We'll stay green. The leaders are off 2 on the back straightaway.
It was Tim Kashiba in the 20 truck, his 2nd incident coming off that corner today. The first one already in the wall. We stay green. There was also contact with Randy Perdue and a couple others in the 20s checking up. Still, battles are on. The battle now, in fact, is on for third amongst those because the one machine, DJ Thomas, is attacking right now, trying to get by. Also amongst those trying to get forward is that blue machine. Haynes, though, inside, looking for third. DJ Thomas drops back.
Well, we're about to close in on 20 laps in this race. It'll be 50 to go. And so far, one yellow flag, as we mentioned in the early going. But now everybody just kind of riding, minding their P's and Q's. Calm, cool, collective, the strategy right now. Justin, as they walk off turn 4.
Major question is who has the best long run tempo and pace, who is saving their stuff. We're already quickly approaching one of those potential pitting splits we talked about as a result of that fuel mileage in the respective tanks here tonight. That was on for second again. Haynes now finding long run speed after struggling mightily earlier. Mogart loses the bottom of the 0-0. Haynes right to the bottom. Mogart back on the gas though. Keeps it side by side out of fours. Another hit to the wall for Kane.
Yeah, Kane just bounced off the wall, losing a little bit more momentum, and again, Mogart and Haynes continue to battle for that spot. Thomas and Zerkut look on, they're licking their chops. We're 20 in, 50 to go off 2.
Mogart another squeeze down. Haynes trying to rip forward. Haynes still trying to find a way to get the full side draft. Kane losing tons of ground, lifts it hard. Wrecked down the back straightaway meanwhile. Zach Phillips Sr. crashing down the backstretch. We stay green as they battle it out for second. Haynes is clear.
It kind of reminds me a lot of Darlington Raceway, not only the Goodyear 400 Cup race where I was at today, along with Terry Redford, who joined us to get things started as we stick them 3 wide, but this track offers a chance of being able to stay green flag if there's an accident triggered below the bottom of the racing groove, Justin. We've seen that 2 or 3 times. We've only had 1 yellow flag in lap 23 of this race this time by out of 4.
Out of 4, though, a new race leader with a 3-wide move. Haynes, Kane, and Mogart all fighting under a blanket. Kane wants the lead back. Mogart losing the touch by 2 seconds for 2 truck lengths for now. Kane sets it up middle. Bottom taken by Haynes. Kane trying the diamond line. Haynes is the quickest truck on the track now, long run, after struggling on the short run.
So mind you, 22 laps completed, working lap 23. Haynes is still the leader. Kane now second, Mogart third, Zerkut battles with Thomas. That's for 4th and 5th as well, as Trayon working out of 4.
Keep in mind, pit stop window is opening. 1 truck towards the back of John Gallagher just came in, so we are right on that cusp of triggering those stops right now. Now it's the question, who comes in first amongst the race leaders? Another driver trying to pit has missed the pit lane, Bill English.
So we got a cycle of green flag pit stops, if you will, starting right now. Couple of drivers continuing, though, to battle for second spot. That's going to be now Kane and Hoggart. They battle with, again, drivers pitting on lap number 25 this time by, and 50 to go.
Right around the time expected, it's around the very peak normally at a full tank. If you double the total we're at now, Kane indicating he wants to pit next time by. Outside, Mogart looking to take advantage. Zerkut all of a sudden with a lot of speed. Thinking near 3 wide. Now it's the matter, is Zerkut aware of the stop? A very early call for several drivers at the bottom.
And by the way, my apologies, 70 laps the distance, normally 75 laps for a sprint. Here comes a whole cavalry of trucks storming down pit road now with under 45 laps to go, I meant. Haynes and Mogart, as well as the driver of Robertson. Your top 3, but green flag pit stops behind them in the top 15 to 20 on back.
Could be 4 tires and fuel. Pretty simple in terms of that, but the pit stop timing very important track position wise. A majority of the leaders except for Haynes, Mogart, Robertson in that top grouping. Now Mogart is in this time, Haynes is stretching it, Robertson is in. So a majority of the field completing service, race off the lane. Zerkut amongst those first off as we look at the 99 of Kim Kraus stay out and more jump in.
Yeah, right now you've got drivers behind the top 6 now that have come down to the pit lane. Hogarth is in. There's the 55 of Scoville. He's on pit lane, as well as McCannon, followed by Godek, Dahlman, Rapspa, Pods, Thomas, all these drivers on pit road. 6 drivers still on track. Now the leader, Haynes, pulls onto pit road on lap 26, coming to the line.
Haynes, one of the last to come in from the lead group. Brandon McNeil-Munstall's also in. McNeil-Munstall's with some speed early on in the season. We'll now keep an eye on how things cycle forward here as the rest of these drivers hit the box of note. Mogart already is on the back straight away. Thomas amongst those next behind Mogart is currently in the net lead with fresher tires by a lap over Thomas and Kane.
Well, iRacing on LSRTV, and oh my, we just had a little scare there for a moment there, Justin.
Was about to say those were 3 drivers in front, 2 wanting to pit there, 1 able to do so in the lap traffic. 1 moves out of the way. Now the leaders have caught up to each other. Haynes already has finished up service. Haynes, the best of anybody with that checkup, has pulled up by 1 second. Mogart under attack as a result. Here for second on the track net. Haynes with a 1 second cushion. DJ Thomas inside of Mogart out of 4. Side by side for net second.
Morissette now on the pit lane. The 3rd place truck now dropping down the scoring pylon. Eddie now the leader in the 4. Kraus has now give up the lead. He comes on to pit lane in the post. Serial, Fruity Pebbles 99 to his pit stop now on lap number 29.
At least Larry Addy as the last driver needing to pit in the 4 truck. Outside of that, fight is on second on back. It is a wrestling match between the 00, 31, 39, and now the 13 of Tony Drayon, who's joined the fight with a cycle. This helps Haynes. It's still an 0.8 of a second cushion. There goes the 99 out of the pit lane for Cross back to the teens. But that second place fight is very aggressive, and this is now for overall second with the leader in.
It is Eddie the leader, Haynes in second, Mogart 3rd, Kane and Thomas your top 5. By the way, as you continue to watch on the scoring pylon to the left of your screen, there is about now 22 trucks on the lead lap, 1 in 23rd on pit road, everyone else a lap down or more as we are coming up on halfway at lap 35. Again, we welcome you to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Justin Prince, I'm Wesley Outwood. Thanks for Terry Radford for meeting me at Buc-ee's just outside Darlington Raceway and helping to get things started before Justin arrived. And of course, this is Charles Wooten working on the broadcast as always for Rocket Racing Media, the Mission 22 World of Thunder eSports League pavement trucks. And it's Ben Haynes now as everything cycles and pit stops as the leader. Mogart, though, getting some more company for the top 5 as they work into turn 3.
Out of turn 2, in fact, Mogart, Kane, Thomas, all nearly wrecking again. They've been nearly rubbing the doors off each other since the pit stop cycle. Mogart preferring the bottom. Kane wants the top. Out of 4, once again, more space. The red machine of the 31 of Kane still trying to build that momentum. Thomas watches behind.
So far, only 1 caution flag in this race. That was around lap number 4. Since then, a long green flag run about 30 laps now, 2 laps away from halfway. It is still Haynes the leader. Kane, Thomas, there's Mogart. Mogart now trying to get to Thomas for the 3rd spot as they work off 4.
Mogart having to back out of it as a result of some of the biting, looking to save the tires. Kane looking to pull the tires forward. Now it's 0.7 of a second the gap into 1. Lap traffic ahead though. Could play a major factor. It's the 2 truck, James Godek, who's in front of this lead group, and Dirty Air is not easy to fight with when it comes to this racetrack.
Haynes is the leader. Look at them all working their way into turn number 3. Everybody now all single file. Haynes, Kane, Thomas, Mogart, Drayon, top 5 as it stands. We're closing in on halfway. Off the pace now. Oh no, the 31 in trouble. That's Thomas.
DJ Thomas has blown the truck up. Thomas, through the speed down the front straightaway, has managed to pop the motor. And that leads to the question, was there too much tape on it?
tough break for the driver. Again, Thomas in the top 5. He was battling in 3rd. Hand grenades at virtual power plant. His race is done. We stay green. We're halfway home. 35 down, 35 to go. Haynes the leader. Kane second. Mogard. Now Frazier battles for 4th in their single file to 1.
Frazier amongst those quietly charging forward 5 positions since the pit stops, 5+ positions since this race started. That's all with damage to the left front. That doesn't seem to be impeding him no too much. The one credit I will say as well, when it comes to this, Tony Drayon, we mentioned quietly staying up in this front so far. Not too much in terms of what we've seen in the past in terms of Drayon looking to make a statement here tonight with what we've seen. The battles are still across the field though. Wade Palmer from 24th to 7th. Defending Garrett Potts. Potts with damage. Clean truck for Palmer to the 4th. Coming out of 4. Down to 2, rather.
Yeah, they're working their way out back on the Nellis straightaway under turn number 3. It's Haynes still the leader. Kane second. Look at this battle now. A rest of everybody in the top 5 just kind of minding their P's and Q's since that one caution. Potts, Hetty, Scoville. These trucks down below the apron into 4 going back to turn 1.
Major thing when it comes to a grouping like this is just that tire difference starting to come in. Keep in mind, Jason Haney on fresher tires by 1 lap. That helps a lot in terms of that run to the mid-run. And for Haney, already showing the nose, wanting to go through 3, now back to the middle line. In fact, the dirty air not going to help with Potts trying to match line for line. Haney trying to find a way to keep up with Palmer as he pulls away down front.
Yeah, that's the Hooters machine, the number 17. Trying to battle there stride for stride of the machine of Haney. Haney now battles alongside that other truck. All this happening now with lap traffic mixed in with lead lap trucks as we are halfway through and 30 to go when they come back to the line.
Already a lot of drivers looking very tight. Potts nearly up into the wall. And the long run speed is kicking in. Haynes, for example, up by the 2 seconds. He was much better long run the same run last time out. Haney still nowhere to go as Potts slams the door, takes the nose off. With the air now, holding him up. Potts pulls with the run. They are both closing back to Palmer in the second main pack.
So it's going to be 30 laps to go. Again, as I mentioned, when they come to the line, there's another strong run by the 99 machine of Kraus. He's in the top 15. Right now, 19 trucks on the lead lap. Haynes, Kane, Mogard, Trayon, Frazier, Robertson, along with Palmer, Potts, Healy, as well as Scoville.
Mogard getting in a ping pong right now down the backstretch now with John Lord, one of the lap trucks. This was in 1 and 2 where there's contact and one driver has hit the wall in front of Mogard. It's the second place truck. It's Mason Kane. He slides back.
Wow.
Here goes Mogard for second.
Yeah, problems for Mason Kane now. Mogard will lick his chops and say thank you. Pull to the inside. Take that spot away for now second. It's Haynes and Mogard. Drayon top 3 now as they work off the back straightaway on lap number 42.
Kane still keeping the momentum up despite destroying the entire right side in the front of his truck. Looking to keep up with Mogard. Mogard a massive lift. Approaching the final pit stint. Kane again rips the fence, knocks it down, and contact in front of them. Lord hitting the side of the lap truck from James Dodak.
Yeah, lap traffic again, all in the way, causing a problem. Is almost scraping to the inside. Truck on driver left was that 31 machine. What a save there by the 38 of Kane, I meant. They could have made contact. They could have crashed. They keep it together. We stay green.
They've now caught up to John Lord again, and this has not been an easy truck to pass. Already several bits of contact with the 61, who is on much fresher tires. Keep in mind, the window is open. Taylor Potts now coming in for likely the final pit stop of the race, just at the edge of the fuel windows.
Yeah, 50% fuel capacity makes them have to make at least 2 pit stops in this race. And obviously, as we're approaching under 30 laps to go, actually 25 to go in this event, it is now money stop time to see who can roll the dice here at Vegas. It's time to put your chips on the table.
Keeping an eye on things, though. It's now a 4-truck battle, by the way, for the 7th on back grouping. Palmer, Haney, Schofield amongst those in. Trouble front straight away in the grass. Godek turns a hard left, tries to find the pit lane, and now is deciding just to mow the grass as he slides it through in the infield down the front straightaway. No caution still. We stay green. Speaking of those who did find the pit lane, Kane is in.
Yeah, Kane's in. Gotta wonder how much damage is on that truck where he bonsai'd off that lap truck a moment ago. And by the way, the number 2 machine again continues on of Godek. The Jack Daniels Ford went through the infield grass, kicked up some turf, dust settles, he stays going. More drivers coming down pit road for the money stop on lap number 45.
Now it's the question, how does the undercut play out? We're talking as big as a 6 to 7 lap difference compared to some of the others that play this out. And how long can you wait is another huge question. So many races are won and lost in terms of that decision where you run out of time to catch back up in the freshies.
Yeah, that strategy has still been continuing to now slowly but surely come to fruition as we watch these drivers now with Drayon and Frazier. Palmer now, there's your drivers in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All the while, 3-second lead for Haynes over Mogard as we're approaching, coming up on 20 to go. And now Gallagher's on pit road.
And we're the same coming up for the 6 of Wade Palmer the 4th. So the window for a majority of the leaders is wide open for the money stop. 6 now coming into the cone. Clean stop, clean slide, and locks it up to try to avoid the wall. He still smacks the inside fence.
Palmer Chevrolet smacks the inside pit lane entrance coming onto pit road. He's damaged that truck a little bit. He now finally finds his pit stall. We'll see what kind of damage is on the number 6 as now he gets the work done on the Palmer machine. Closing in now on lap number 48.
Tony Drayon amongst those coming in this time by, just avoiding the very hard bump along the edge of the white line for the pit entry. To keep it to 50 miles an hour as well. So, amongst the top runners in the top 5, 13 is in to lead the grouping.
Well, it's technically throwback weekend at Darlington Raceway today in the Goodyear 400, won by William Byron. That's a throwback on iRacing to Mark Martin and Jack Rouse Racing. Though he's not in a Ford, it is a Toyota of the Eagle One machine to the 13 on the pit lane. He overshot his pit stall. That gives him a little time away on the clock for Drayon, but he is in the pits right now on lap number 50. Closing in, Justin, on 20 to go here at Vegas.
Next time by, in fact, as Garrett Potts comes on in, still dealing with significant damage. We'll see if the faster pair is utilized. There is one available, remember, in this respective series. It's still a 4-second advantage, which is the crazy part for Haynes. How different things have gone when it comes to that one truck today, Wesley, because when we started off after the restart, Haynes looked very, very uncomfortable. Nearly spun it 3 times in front of the lead in 3rd and a couple of times as well. And now, all of a sudden, long run, you go 2 seconds quicker.
And by the way, the rest of the drivers coming down pit lane like Frazier, Scoville, and others like, Dahlman, all making money stop pit stops. But yeah, back to your statement on Haynes. He struggled really tight, loose truck in the corner, overshooting the pit stall, the 55 of Scoville. He'll lose time again like what happened to the 13 of course, Drayon. But all the while, as all this goes on, Haynes is on pit road. Mogard coming down pit lane. Money stop time, but it looked like as loose as the truck was in the beginning, Justin, they came to the pit lane for that first pit stop. They made adjustments, and it's worked good for the Uno truck.
I wouldn't even say it's adjustments. The one major thing where you see it loose, you know why some teams go that way? So you're tighter for the long run. Because if you start it snug up on the short run, you end up dropping back and having to lift the gas more.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's kind of like the strategy with the tires, whether you want to get the tires that are hard or soft to fire faster or to prepare for that longer run. All of that coming to account as we close in on under 20 to go. It's Mogard as well as Haynes back off pit road. Here comes more trucks inside the top 12 coming to the pit lane.
Mark Morissette amongst those now in 40 and 7 to 96, just about peeled off the side of the purple and green truck by this point. It's important to note as Kraus and Eddie try and stretch the run, Mason King's decision to come in because of that damage on the 39 and Sim 31 truck has him in the net lead by 2 seconds. But with 7 lap older tires, that's not going to be easy to deal with. What also isn't going to be easy to deal with for Haynes now, that lap truck John Lord, your contact for them in 1 and 2 with the 31 and Lord's truck.
And just like what happened the last go-around, green flag pit stops have cycled everybody back around the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You've got fast trucks, you've got lap-down trucks, you've got traffic all the way with 17 to go. Clear a path right now. Eddie, the man that leads in the 4. There's Mogard somehow still in the top 5 off 2.
Bogart looking unstable, though, against the bumps, nearly up into the wall. Leader is in. Larry Eddy is in for the final pit stop of the race, likely scheduled. So just like that, the battle is on for the lead. It's Kane and Hayes down the front.
The full throttle number 4 of Eddie now ready to go for the money stop. But Kane Machine, remember where he bonsai'd off a lap truck earlier before this final round of green flag pit stops. He is the man now in the top spot, but not for long. It's now Haynes back to the lead. Kane falls back to second. We're watching all this go on with Robertson and Mogard battle for that spot in 3.
One lap truck in the middle, Lord trying to avoid contact. 28 able to zip on by Robertson. Sets up the run. Mogard holds him up.
Robertson now falls back. Mogard says, clear a path. I'm going after you. He clears by the lap truck. He now goes about a truck length back on the 28 of Robertson. Robertson up the hill. Mogard will go up the hill. They'll follow each other down the back straightaway. Single file. No one battles yet for third. They can't, though, get to the leaders of Haynes, as right now that interval is 4 seconds in front of them out of turn 4 with 15 to go at the line.
Down to 14, in fact, now taken by some of these drivers right now. Robertson currently trying to sort things together. Mogart those on fresher tires. Interestingly, though, I wonder if he took 2, because it was an 11-second stop. Ty Dahlman also taking 2 on that final stop, it looks like. That is an interesting call in these trucks to make here.
Yeah, Justin, whatever it takes. I've got some people like literally looking at me like, what in the world is this guy talking about inside of his car? Calling iRacing, whatever it takes. We're getting it done in the Buc-ee's parking lot after Darlington. Haynes is the leader. Kane in second. It's Mogard, Robertson, Frazier, your top 5. Everybody a single file. Lap trucks all the way around. We're ready to settle into the home stretch of this race on deck with 12 to go at the line.
I still think this battle is still on for second, though. Not between these two, but when Kane drops back to them, Kane is bleeding time and quick. Kane has demolished, in fact, something has happened to Kane's truck because he's added significant right side damage. Kane is in.
The driver on pit lane, Huckett Films, number 31, badly damaged. The driver of Kane behind pit lane, scoring shows 39. It's the 31. His race might be done, or he's trying to at least try to get some repair fixed. We'll see. Changing tires with 12 to go. Haynes is the leader. By the way, the interval on Mogard is about 5 seconds.
That is a massive, massive tough break there. That damage going to very much hurt him the rest of the way. Already just deciding, you know what, I'm going to take some tires, see what I can do. Already took the fast repair in the last pit stop. So take Kane out of contention and then some. Mogard now to second, Robertson up to third. Amongst the battles, Dahlman amongst those on a different strategy, trying to hold off Schofield. Schofield amongst those who stretched it as far as they could for fresher tires at the end.
What an interesting turn of events as we get ready to come to the line. Lap 60 on the scoring pylon and 10 laps to go to the home stretch in round 7 for the Mission 22 World of Thunder trucks here at Vegas. We had one caution in the early going. It was calamity to start with 2, 3, 4 wide racing. Then it's been calm with trucks, green flag pit stops, 10 to go. Haynes leads. His lead is big over Mogard, but it is shrinking now.
Lowly is the major key point. Haynes, though, does have the advantage of lots of time to have to close up. Downside, lots of traffic in front. Having to deal with Larry Eddy, having to deal with Eli Raposa. Amongst those is the fresher tires of Eddie. That's not going to help in terms of dirty air. So having to keep his eyes open as one truck into the grass is Lord again.
Yeah, Lord again in the grass. The Miller High Life entry Chevrolet into the grass, into the turf. Damaged, beaten, battered. Still continues. Single digits now. 9 to go at Vegas. We're still green.
I'm going to check it from Michael Eden as well to avoid contact down the back straight away. It's not been John Lord's night. Did I mention Lord also took 2 tires in that truck in the 61 as he tries to pull away?
Well, shades of the hourglass running to the end here. You better make them run. You better make one now. Mogard is trying to slowly but surely reel back in Haynes as we watch this battle now between the 34 and the 55 on course. This is in the top 10 between Dolman and Scoville. Probably the best battle on track as they come to the line in 6 to go.
Field having the better run, though, looking outside. Right. A peek down to the apron for the Dirty Boys Motorsports truck. The bucked-up machine of Schofield. Looking third lane, sliding up to the lane. Dolman not able to pull the block off. Forced down below the first seam. Side by side, side drop Schofield with the advantage towards 3.
That's Haynes still holding on to that lead again. Now that battle we continue to see going on between Dolman and Scoville. Apologies, by the way. We're now at 6 laps to go. That's the interval now that the leader has over all of these drivers. There's 8th and 9th coming across the line. So you got to think the leader.
Right now it's in Haynes' court. That's the important mark with how things have played out long run here tonight. Interesting to keep an eye on how this plays out, though. He has to have this race stay green. If there's a restart, it's no good sign for Haynes with how close he's been short run. Haynes trying to back up the truck, in fact, looking to avoid the traffic. Up the track goes Raposa. Haynes elects to keep it as low as possible, able to pass by the 46 easy.
So they'll come to the line. There's the leader down to the bottom. The black number 1 machine Ford. That's Haynes. Mogard nowhere in sight. In fact, the interval has increased between Haynes and Mogard. Frazier 8 seconds back. Robertson 10 seconds back in 4th. Haney 11 seconds back in 5th as the leader is clear sailing. Passing lap trucks with 3 to go at the line. It's 2 at the line. Going around the lap truck machine we just mentioned, a more set.
An impressive night when it comes to Haynes and when it comes to how he's been able to drive this racetrack. Didn't like how he looked whatsoever in the first 15 laps or so. And then that long run speed just kicked in. That comfortability kicked on in for Haynes. Since then, it's looked easy. Lap and a half to close up this race. Just got to keep it clean, get it to the checkered.
To be honest with you, he could probably cut the engine off down the back straightaway and coast from here. That's the lead he has right now. Comfortably, the 1, do not make a mistake. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Final time for Haynes in turn 1 at Vegas.
Haynes looking to avoid any troubles. No major traffic to deal with as he works his way down the Nellis straightaway past the airfield. Haynes slams it in the wall down the backstretch. What happened as Haynes now shuts the engine down, holds onto it? Is this going to be trouble at a 4?
Haynes is still smacking the wall down the back straightaway, coasting to the line. Even though damaged, he will still win here at Vegas. The analogy that I mentioned, coast from here. I didn't want to prove it, but nonetheless, with a damaged passenger side of the number 1 Ford, it is going to be Haynes picking up the win here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Giving us a scare there, Justin, at the end. But Haynes, again, what a big interval over Mogard and company to still seal the deal after a mistake off the back stretch to take the win.
That was extremely weird. Normally you don't see it down the middle of the back straightaway. It's like you just lost focus on the celebration, just the truck turn itself. Still, because of that cushion he built, he only lost 9/10. He still won by 5 seconds.
Yeah, again, that just goes to show you how big of a lead that this driver had here when it's all said and done. The driver of the number 1 Ford, Mr. Haynes, will now celebrate down on the front straightaway. Mogard and company, nobody could catch him when it's all said and done. 1 yellow flag of this race. It was a strategy of green flag pit stops, negotiating through lap traffic, and when it's said and done, Jordan Haynes will pick up the win. Jared Mogar to go second, Logan Frazier third, Jason Haney is fourth, Garrett Potts is fifth, Robertson, Dahlman, Scoville, as well as Gallagher and Crouch, your top 10 here at Virtual Las Vegas when the race ended.
11th spot tonight going to Randy Perdue. Was involved in some of the troubles in the 20s at one point, but during the green flag run, maintained the lead lap, finished 11th. Branson McKinnon in 12th. Mark Morissette, with the damage, still holds the 13th. Laurie Eddy, after the incident on the final lap for the leader, still on the lead lap at 14th. Lap down, Wade Palmer, Ellie Raposa, Mason Kane, what could have massively been after several crashes down through the wall of turn 4, finishing 17th. Michael Eden, Brandon McNeil, and John Lord, your top 20.
Yeah, all these trucks a lap down or more. 21st on the racetrack is going to be James Godek. Taylor Potts is, of course, 22nd. John Petrozelli is in 23rd. Tony Drayon, 24th. Thomas is in 25th. Of course, Ambrula, as well as Bledsoe, Zerkut, English, Phillips, your top 30.
31st spot tonight going the way of Tim Koshiba, I should rather say, up towards the front at one point. Roger Muir is also having to park it. Early big one featured Reed Sanders, Jeff Andrews, Robert DiMonico, along with Bob Potts. The DNSs tonight included Aaron Smith II, Thurman Shinholster, Blake Mosley, and Christopher King.
And when it's all said and done tonight, the Virginia 811 call before you dig caution summary. The yellow flag only flew but one time. One time, caution laps for 3 laps. That happened on lap number 3 of the race. There were 9 lead changes in the 70-lap event. And again, that's brought to you by Virginia811.com, reminding you to dig with care and please call before you dig. Coming up, we'll grab our top 3 as our post-race wrap-up goes here at Vegas. We'll get their thoughts, and we'll set the stage for the next event. This is iRacing on LSRTV, Virtual Las Vegas, and Jordan Haynes, the winner. Welcome back to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Of course, when this race concludes, it is a win going to the driver of Jordan Haynes. We'll grab these drivers in just a moment. Along with Justin Prince, I am Wesley Outwood. Justin, I had people looking at me. They were like, what is this guy doing in the parking lot at Buc-ee's calling the race? They're looking at me like I was yelling at somebody. But no, it was fun times. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. We're going to grab now, I believe, first and second, at least the first and second place drivers are here. And we're going to grab first the driver from Minnesota, Jared Mogard. Jared, oh man, it just ran out of time, I guess. And was this race kind of different than what you expected Vegas to be? Are you happy with silver?
Yeah, we'll take second. The tape was a little much, so we had to manage the temps and try not to overheat and blow the motor. But it was all right. Jordan just kind of put a whooping on us tonight there. I tried 2 tires on the final stop. Thought maybe I could get to him, and then maybe stay in the draft good enough to maybe make a move. But he just drove away from us.
How difficult was it to try and get the truck to handle for the long run? Notice, for example, the interestingness in some of the strategies. I believe you may have took 2 at the end. You had an 11-second pit stop.
Yeah, it took 2. Jordan was so far out there that I figured it was my only shot to possibly catch up to him and have a shot at him, but we didn't. So it's just kind of how it went. But yeah, it was tough. Like I said, I had to manage the temps a little bit, and it took about 10 laps or so before they kind of stabilized to where you could really go full bore. But it was just one of them nights where we were just a little bit off.
Justin and Jared, I don't want to say this sarcastically, but obviously it's a lot better racing whenever you've got close to 40 trucks instead of just 10. Am I right?
Oh yeah, obviously, and I mean, it can go the opposite way, right? 40 trucks, we could have had about 50 laps of pacing, but they did a good job. I think we only had 1 yellow, so it was a good group of guys, and yeah, but 40 or 30 or 20 is a lot better than 8 to 10 for sure.
All right, buddy, it's on to the next one, man. Thank your sponsors, and good job in second tonight here at Virtual Vegas.
Yeah, I just want to thank TDS Internet, iBuy Power Computers, Asus Monitors, Twitch Race Reports, Bill and everybody for doing this league. Hopefully we get some more drivers. They're trying. We put 40 in the hosting session. Now we're just going to get 40 to sign up for the league. And then you guys as well for doing the broadcast. You do an outstanding job, and congrats to Jordan on the dub.
Jared, in a parking lot outside of Darlington Raceway at Buc-ee's doing the race tonight from my car.
You just do it all, don't you, buddy?
Whatever it takes, right?
It doesn't matter where. You do it all.
I've done some crazy iRacing broadcasts in general, for sure. And, of course, this is one I'll definitely not forget. Jared Mogard, he'll finish to the number 2 spot. Jordan Haynes picking up the win here tonight in the 1 yellow flag that flew in the start of the race here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jordan, congratulations to you. What a strong run, man. Strategy, definitely. Justin was talking about your truck tightening, loosening, having issues. It went away, though, in the end, and you were able to negotiate through the lap traffic to be able to pull away from Mogard and Company to pick up the win. Congratulations.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a pretty hot track, and the setup was really tight. And, so I just figured, like, at the start of the race, I just wanted to just kind of drive back and save a little gas, just so I can run a little bit longer, because I knew the best way I'd be able to at least break away from the field was to be able to stay out a little bit longer, get on fresher tires, and maybe some of those guys, couldn't get on and off pit road like I felt like I could. And those things kind of played out. I think the 39 was catching me on that second stint, and I saw that he was catching me, and he got to within that 9/10 range to where you can like really get some draft, and I had to put the pedal down then, but I thought it was pretty cool to go up there to the top on the long run. I really wasn't expecting the top to be as fast as it was, but I don't know. I just had a hunch. I'd seen man, I forgot his name, but he drives the B car a lot here at Vegas. But I always see him just rip the fence in 3 and 4, and he makes so much speed. So I was just wondering, like, man, this thing's so tight, and I can't keep it on the bottom. Maybe if I put this thing up next to the wall, maybe it'll get going on the long run, and it did. So that was kind of the strat, just kind of run the bottom and save the engine, and then once it goes long, kind of rip the fence. So
kept the truck clean just about the entire night until that final lap. I want to ask, what happened down the backstretch? You lost a second from what you did there.
So I was full screen the whole race, and I knew that I was gonna have to, because they came up, or the race control came up and talked about the broadcast booth and whatnot, and sent the Discord. So I was just trying to get ready. I didn't know how quick I had to get over here. So I alt tabbed, my screen went black, and it went black a little bit too long. And when it came back, I was literally hitting the fence, and I was like, well, this is gonna be pretty funny. But luckily we had a big enough lead where it really didn't affect us, because that would have been a Mark Martin at Bristol moment right there.
Jordan, I literally thought maybe you heard the broadcast call when I said you could coast from here as long as you don't have any problems. And check that. Even if he does have problems, he's got such a big lead over Mogard, and he could still probably coast to the victory. So I thought maybe you were calling my bluff on the broadcast call.
Yes, that broadcaster's bad luck he was trying to get me with. That's what I'm going to blame it to.
Oh, the announcer jinx. Yes, sir, man. Well, listen, as somebody, you were using the analogies of running the top and running the fence, ripping the fence, and all those things that are dirt track talk, obviously. As somebody like yourself in the dirt world and the world of thunder, again, car counts, truck counts look good tonight. Hopefully there can be some more steadiness for sure, because I mean, definitely this is something that's grown from the dirt world and trying to now make it in on pavement for iRacing. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, honestly, I've never seen this before. I was just scrolling through the host, and then I just saw a race at Vegas in the truck, and I was like, I guess I'll do it. And just kind of came in there, and I just kind of came in there and put down a Q lap, and I was like, hey, it's a hot track. It's probably going to get fun. So I just kind of stayed, but I'm glad I stayed. So.
Yeah. Well, Bud, listen, congratulations to you, man. Before we do let you go, I want you to thank your sponsors and just stumbled upon an iRace and won. Good job.
All right. Well, I don't have any sponsors, so if any sponsors are listening, give me a call, please. But I do want to shout out my guys at Dead Zone. They don't even know I was doing this race, but I'm going to give them a shout out anyway because, I won, and I just want to put them, just continue to put Dead Zone on the map, so.
All right, man. Well, I'm about to put this car in the wind and leave Buc-ee's and head back up 95 north to North Carolina after a long day at Darlington and a week in South Carolina. When it's all said and done, again, Jordan Haynes picking up the win here. Congratulations to you again.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, and again, that'll wrap up our post-race wrap-up here tonight from virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Justin, your final thoughts, buddy, as we're going to put this this broadcast to an end quickly. By the way, don't forget, tomorrow night you have the Northwest Racing Series trucks. Justin and myself will be on the call. Justin, where are we at right now, buddy? I don't have my itinerary and schedule and paperwork and all the things that I normally have, and obviously I don't sound like you usually do because I'm not in studio. But somehow, some way, my friend, we made it work.
Made things work. Next time out, though, it's going to be the interesting when it comes to Wootail action. When it comes to the Mission 22 Truck Series presented by Wootail, how Talladega plays out, because that is next up. That was a wild time at Daytona when we started things off. This may be another wild time at Talladega.
Talladega will be a fun one, no doubt. That will be next Sunday night for sure, just after 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, iRacing on LSRTV. And again, tomorrow night, of course, Northwest Truck Series, of course, presented by Click and RV, the racing action. As always, we've got you covered. Hey, it's been a fun time. Again, I'm going to leave the Buc-ee's parking lot, head back up 95, and head back to North Carolina. We'll get ready to do it all over again for the upcoming week. And, of course, Justin Prince, my friend in Canada, it's always great to talk to you. For, of course, Charles Rutten and all of our great staff, again, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations to Jordan Haynes, winner tonight here at Virtual Las Vegas. Be good to one another. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there. You've been tuned into coverage of the World of Thunder eSports League Truck Series on iRacing on LSRTV. Good night from Darlington, South Carolina.